What up, guys? It's Casey is Raw again. This is part 4 of game consoles, games, and stories from my past. This is the Sega Master System or slash Power Base. This is Sega's version of the NES. This is the 8-bit system. What's crazy, this is the only system I know out of the box it could take play two things at once. Normal cartridge up here, and also card games, like the TurboGrafx games. What's crazy is if you want here's the big plus, the big minus about the Master System is, if you want to pause this game, you had to go all the way to the system and hit pause on there. Unlike Nintendo, where it has it right on the controller. The history of this, I had this for a while, probably over 5-6 years now, but I didn't have a lot of history behind it. I went to a store in Pennsylvania, and picked up the first one. I believe it's called the Game Gallery in Easton, Pennsylvania. Picked one up, and it wasn't having no power at all, or I think it was playing. It was either it wasn't playing one cartridge. It wasn't playing the cartridge, or it wasn't playing the cards. And then I returned it, got another one, and then it was the exact opposite. It was either one or the other on the first one. And then finally I got a third one. This current one you see right here, it's actually not perfect as well. I mean, if you want to use the RF cable, you can't. I'll be just using the AV cables. I believe you can use the same AV cables like the Sega Genesis, so I'm okay with that. If I can at least get it working on AV and the card and the cartridge to work, I'm fine. And the controllers damn near look like NES controllers. They, instead of the plus D-pad look, it's a square pad, and minus the select and start button, but it looks damn near close to the NES controller. Let's go to the games. Here are the loose games. Like I said before, on these cartridge, these top labels with the right here are not originally supposed to be there. I bought these stickers so you can see what the game is. Game is pretty much damn near like a Famicom game. Very short game. Cartridge. But the thing is, Master System is actually superior to the NES. But the NES had way more better games. So Nintendo had a iron fist on third-party game companies like Capcom and, goodness gracious, Konami and Tecmo and stuff like companies like that. But let's see what we got here. That's Alex Kidd's okay. Castle Illusion is good. Rampage. I like Wonder Boy, but I like the first one. Paperboy. I'm used to the NES version. R-Type is a real good game. I like Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. Some people like the Wise series. I never really played them. But let's go to my my cases now. Now I'm at the shelf where I have a bunch of my game cases for the Sega Master System games. Pull one out, and how kind of generic the box art is, but I kind of like it though at the same time. Usually you can get these games pretty cheap, loose and decently in their cases. Like this one right here is $3. Choplifter, that's a good game. Choplifter is a good game. Shinobi, Choplifter, and then Shinobi, Monopoly, Ghostbusters, it's like the NES version. Rocky, Space Harrier's a good game. RC Grand Prix, but this is like RC Pro-Am for the NES. Hang On and Safari Hunt is pretty much their common version. Great Golf. You got a bunch of these great games. And let me pull one of these up. These are what's card games. Look how generic the box art is on this. Is the hand holding it. Oh, you know what? This is pretty much the game looks like. It's a card. And then you got Columns. I recently picked that one up. Wonder Boy. I know people be like, ah ha ha, spell checker. No, spellcaster. Oh, fuck. Kung Fu Kid. I believe that's like Kung Fu for the NES. Anything that says great on the sport game, it's cheap as hell. Outrun's good. I love Double Dragon, but I love my version on the NES. Alter Breeze is good. God, I can't even pronounce that. Afterburner and Pro Wrestling. So, one of the guys I used to go to school to a pawn shop. He was a huge collector on Sega Master System games. He says the only games he would collect is if it's in the box. And I love collecting the cases as well. But if I have one if I don't have the game loose, at least loose, I'll pick it up loose. And then if in the future I'll trade it in to get a case copy. That's why I have so many on here on that top level where when you go here from the Michael Jackson Moonwalker and Ghostbuster and it goes down the Sega Genesis games. But next time I'll be talking about the Sega Genesis. I was going to do that today, but I was like, you know what? I should talk about the Master System. It's a pretty good system. Talking about my buddy works at the pawn shop. I know some people in Pennsylvania up there in my community. I highly suggest to go to this pawn shop. It's called Nazareth Exchange and also Easton Exchange. They have great games. I got a shitload of games from the guys. Good guys. I believe there's also one in Allentown as well. So, you guys in Pennsylvania on the east side, I suggest go to them. They're good people. So, if you do go, tell them Casey sent you. Alright. Thanks, guys. Bye.